Well, they say a picture speaks 1,000 words, and we could talk endlessly about Red Bull's remarkable 20-year history. Let's have a look at it now then, through the lens of their stealth-like in-house photographers.
Want coffee?
Coffee would be nice. Coffee would be excellent, actually. I'm Mark Thompson, otherwise known as Tomo. I work for Getty Images, and I'm the Red Bull racing photographer.
I spent with Tomo more time than his wife did in the last 15 years, I think.
My wife is better looking than Vladimir, obviously. Keep that one in, please.
My name is Vladimir Rees. People call me Vlad, and I'm a photographer with Oracle Red Bull Racing. We built up a really strong relationship over the years together, because obviously Tomo is focused on a different part of the team coverage. I do a different part, and without each other we couldn't do what we do, So Tomo basically keeps my hands free so that I can concentrate more on the creative part of the coverage for Red Bull Racing. You take a lot of pictures, but the number on the good one hasn't changed, So you might take like 10,000 pictures over the weekend, but at the end of the day, if you have 2-3 good, I'm satisfied with that, yeah.
For me, a good picture is composition and sharpness and light, and you get those things right and work around it from there. My favourite ever picture I've taken, actually isn't a Red Bull one, it's one I took of Michael Schumacher in Indianapolis, with all the other teams parting the ways for him to go to the front of the grid.
I will never forget probably Abu Dhabi 21 with Max winning in the last lap.
Max Verstappen is champion of the world!
It would be probably the most memorable memory for me.
A lot of people think you just turn up, your mates go to you, oh, going to the Grand Prix this weekend, click, click,
It's not easy, even if you have the access, the access doesn't make it, so it helps you obviously in many ways, but...
And, when you're in a garage and you're working close up to a driver, Max and Checo, these guys are superstars, they're mega stars, and you have to kind of be aware of that and respect the boundaries.
We never had in Red Bull drivers we would have issues with, so it was always a great relationship. Also back in the days with Seb and Mark Webber and so on.
Webber had just won the Monaco Grand Prix.
Unbelievable, guys. You guys deserve every bit of this.
Walked past his driver's room, the door was open, and he was looking out the window with his phone in his hand. And I had the camera in my hand, and I literally just shot. I didn't even ask him, which is quite intrusive in a way. I just took like 3 or 4 frames, and he looked at me. A couple of expletives in a nice way. Do you know what I mean? In a nice way.
I was actually quite jealous about that.
So that was a special moment because it wasn't set up. I was just walking past, and I just sort of thought, wow.
But we went through 8 years of a darkness.
Yeah,
so,
They were tough years, actually, those 8 years, because you've got to, you're not getting as many pictures, you're not getting the celebration pictures as much as you would. But that's when you have to sort of up your game a little bit.
What I find impressive was the team, over the 8 years. Like, we were always so close, always so, and then we would be on the podium, but we wouldn't win or something. But the team's ethics didn't change.
It's still part of our story that as we go through the 20 years we've been through, the crashes, the downs and outs and the ups, you have to record that. If you don't record it, it's, I think when we won our first World Championship with Seb.
You are the world champion! Yes!
That was an amazing time. We weren't sure we were going to win it, and it was crazy.
Brazil 2009, Seb still had a technical chance, a mathematical chance to win the championship, but he didn't. I'm like passing by the garage, and I see the whole garage was empty. It was just Seb sitting on his own in the back of the garage, like crying. But to ruin that moment, to take the picture. So I remember I took like 2 pictures, then I went to him, spoke to him, a few words. And the way he looked at me, back, and like he was so full of motivation for the next year, and then he won 4 in a row,
Lows are what make the highs even better. So, but for us, you have to do it. But sometimes you just have to kind of sort of try and mould into the background a little bit.
When we are on a pole position or we win the race, we have the access to Parc Fermé with the drivers. It's quite special, as you say, because you can get close to them, you can see them, in a way you can't really see them, like taking off the balaclava, being sweaty, being dirty, with full of emotions. And I think this is exactly what the picture is about. It's about emotions.
At the end of the race, the celebration when we win, which fortunately is quite a lot. I corral everyone together, make sure everybody's in the right place, get the drivers sorted, and then do that. So I've done every one of those, apart from my 500 race when I was actually in the team picture, which was a pretty special moment, so, and got covered in Red Bull.
Well, two legends of the paddock there, Vlad and Tomo, and it's great to shine the light on their brilliant work. I'm not sure